A lot of the high achieving perfectionistic individuals that I work with and that I get the pleasure of spending a lot of my time with in coaching, they come to me and they're like, I just don't think that rest is productive. And I go, okay, that's fine. I'm glad that you're letting me know that that's what you think. But what that tells me is how much this is an actual limiting belief for them, right? In a lot of ways, when we start talking about why they don't think rest is productive, they tell me that when they were growing up in their household, their mom would call them or their dad would call them lazy if they weren't doing something. And they lived in this constantly going household of like, we need to be doing. Well, now as an adult, they're struggling with rest to the point where it's exhausting them and they're burning out or they're experiencing compassion fatigue and some of these different negative effects, right? Types of anxiety to the point where it's preventing them from even being able to relax, because relaxing isn't productive if resting isn't productive, right? Here are some of the things that I work really exclusively on with my coaching clients that we get to break down. Time is dependent on how you utilize it. Time can feel so fast and then it can feel so slow, and it all depends on what you're doing, but it also depends on how much you want to be doing it and what it is that you are wanting to work on. This doesn't work for everybody. For perfectionists and high achievers though, it typically does. I will ask them, how often does your car run out of gas? Then why are you letting yourself run out of gas? If you don't wait until that ding comes on, because we don't have an empty signal that flashes in our mind, right? We have signs, but if we're not good at picking up on those signs, then they're useless. But how often are you left on the side of the road without gas in your tank? Because you wouldn't do that to your vehicle. Why would you do that to you? There is more than one way to complete the task. There is 1,000 ways to complete the task. There are probably 2,000 different ways to load a dishwasher, even though I still strictly have very formal views on how we should load a dishwasher, not load a dishwasher. I let my husband do whatever he wants because at least the dishes are getting washed, right? Not everything requires an immediate fix. Some of the issues that I have been faced with throughout my life actually resulted better when I didn't feel the pressure to immediately fix them in that moment, and I gave myself some time to let it sit, or I gave myself some time to let the problem play out. This isn't in crisis situations. This isn't with emergencies. This is just with problems that exist. And this isn't avoiding the problem for years on years on years. It's actually showing up to the problem and going, I don't yet have the solution. Let me marinate on that and let me see what I can come up with to come back to it. These are some of the areas that I sit most regularly with my coaching clients and that I'd love to be able to assist you on. If you consider yourself a high achiever or perfectionist, book a strategy call with me. Shifting your mental health and shifting your perfectionism can change your entire life. If you're not ready for the strategy call, go ahead and just follow me.